If you click on this video, I'm guessing that you and I are very similar in that we both value our time and want to make the most of our life. But sometimes when our energy level is low, or the digital distractions can get the best of us. In today's video, I want to share with you some of the best practices I'm currently using as a full-time tech professional and as a part-time YouTuber. Am I able to continue my creative work in 4-hour sessions after my 9 to 5 daily working hours? And I'm not talking about half working, scrolling your phones with breaks in between. I'm talking about 4 hours of deep study sessions without overdosing on caffeine. So generally in the world of productivity creators, most of the training philosophies revolves around scheduling 25-minute Pomodoro sessions and how to make the use of fractions of time when you're going on riding subways, eating lunch, or waiting for friends to arrive. Well, let me first say that that is completely true, and I apply many of those tips before when I do not have a big chunk of time. But what I actually found most helpful and one that I enjoy the most are sessions of 4 hours of deep working where I get to stay focused for a very long period of time. I'm going to share with you everything that I do to help myself organize my energy level and how you're able to achieve this as well. So this video is going to divide into two parts. First is a why. Why do I choose to work in 4-hour sessions instead of 25 minutes? And the second is a how I am able to accomplish this and avoiding burnouts in the long run. So let's tackle the why first. It comes down to a very simple understanding that in order for me to stay as productive as possible, I understand essentially every break I take is a chance to re-invite distractions into my mind. And this could be as simple as walking into the living room, I see a package unopened, maybe some of the laundry is not folded. I could be grabbing my phone on a random spot to scroll Instagram reels. Or even if I'm not going to follow the trail and do those things, it still catches my attention to a certain extent. So if I decide to do those 25-minute sessions, I basically cannot guarantee myself to be able to resist temptation to every single time. So now it comes to how. There are a total of 6 steps that I follow to help me lead a productive working session. So step 1. In order to have a productivity working session, I would need to know what tasks do I have this evening. So kind of planning this night beforehand, what I want to accomplish today, where to find the resources. So this could save my mind from any chance of wandering into random subjects. And step 2 is about comfort. So this means choosing a study station where you feel relaxed. This could be picking a quiet corner in your room or a spot in a library where you feel like no one's gonna bother you. You don't have to look up and down to react to things around you. There's just a lot of white noises around. And think about physical comfort too, right? So wear something that makes you feel at ease. This could be your favorite sweatpants or a cozy hoodie. So the basic idea is to eliminate any physical discomfort or distractions that you think could pull your attention away from your work. And moving on to a third tip is about minimizing the friction of starting. So this is a concept that echoed by many productivity YouTubers and actually stated in a best-selling book called Atomic Habits. And it's all about making the initial effort to start as easy as possible. So for instance, in my working station setup, I actually streamlined my entire desktop system to just one cable that connects to my personal laptop. And with one press of button, everything is up and running. It removes any hurdle that might delay or discourage me from getting started. Additionally, this is a conscious effort I'm trying to do, to minimizing bringing any extra works to home, because switching from my professional laptop to a professional one would actually add unnecessary steps, which is essentially a chance for distraction or a barrier to re-enter into the flow state. So step 4 is about using some tools to chart the progress. This part is about finding what keeps you on track and motivated when you're in the zone already. Some folks prefer a rotational digital timer. This gives a physical or virtual reminder of the time passing. Other people might have some extensions like Flora, which is another version of Pomodoro that plants a virtual tree after every 25-minute session. And as for me, I found best with Pomodoro extensions on my Chrome browser. It is set up to 240-minute blocks. I like Chrome extension because I wouldn't have to look into another screen, another object on my table to keep track of my progress. Note that when I start using this app, I also start with short intervals of 25-minute Pomodoro sessions. But after a while, I just feel like I could keep going for 40 minutes instead of 25, then an hour and a half, then to 3 hours, and so on. So knowing that this is a constantly training in progress, and after a while, you know that whenever you know there is a big chunk of time where you're not going to have any distractions, you can just set a 4-hour block to work. Your brain is just a muscle in essence, and by constantly working in longer sessions, you can stretch your capabilities further. So the key is just to choose a tool that helps you visualize your progress and keep you committed to your task. Step number 5, having some fun items on your table to keep your hands and your brain busy. So this one is more of a nice to have versus a must have. Basically, they are personal items that help signals to your brain and bring your mind back to the focus mode. So step number 6 is about minimizing digital distraction. If you want to lead a productive 4-hour study session, it's a must keep your phones away so you don't fall into the trap of scrolling on social media, which is literally training your brain to favor constant subject switches and short-term time spent. So for me, I have a stack of 10 chips I keep on my table to keep my hands busy when I need them to. I used to play a lot of family poker sessions with my friends, and when I'm sitting at a poker table, I'm completely dialed in focusing on the game, trying to read people's hands and bluffs, and it was really fun time overall. So having these chips on my mind so I can play around with them is like having a switch in my mind to remind myself, hey, I'm back in the zone of complete focus. And last but not the least, number 7, energy management. So personally, I'm not big of gym goer as other people. As I only go to the gym 3 times a week, I think that's more than enough to get your body in a good shape and help you be able to go on long working sessions like this. So I personally do not drink any coffee as it really messes up my energy level. So instead of using caffeine or cold plunging shower to start my day, which I think is just a terrifying idea, instead I use a 25-minute meditation routine every morning, stretching my back and leg, and 25 minutes after work with the same routine at 5:30 before dinner just to clear my head and rest my body as it draws a clear line from my day-to-day job to the part-time YouTuber mode. So overall, this wraps up 3 parts why I'm able to work 4-hour sessions and stay productive. And if you have enjoyed this episode so far, consider subscribing for more productive tips like this, and leave a comment down below because I'm genuinely interested what do you use to stay productive and stay focused. I'll see you in the next episode and have a good one in the meantime.